Good afternoon, Power Life. My name is Brad. My pronouns are he, him, and this is Power 1. Before we get started, a couple of quick items. First, we have these blocks. If you would like a block and you don't have one right now, let me know. If throughout class you decide you need one, just wave me down. I'll grab one for you. The blocks are useful to bring the ground a little bit closer. Sometimes they are very useful to help you get deeper into postures. They're just a great tool for you to utilize. The other thing I'd like to just mention is that we have assist tokens. If at any time, or if you wouldn't mind during practice, a gentle assist, deepening a pose, please place one on your mat. If at any point during practice you'd like to rescind your consent for me to come into your space, just slip it underneath your mat. And with that, the last thing I'd like to just mention to you is chaturanga. Chaturanga in our practice is essentially a yogi push-up. And when I cue for chaturanga, you'll have 3 options. Your first option when I cue for chaturanga is to just take high plank and hold it. So when I say exhale chaturanga, you will stack your shoulders over your wrists, create a stable core, shine your hamstrings towards the ceiling. When I say inhale upward facing dog, you will stay in high plank. When I say exhale downward facing dog, you will shoot your hips back towards where the ceiling meets the back wall. Push through the L shape of your hands. Send your hips high. Your second option when I say exhale chaturanga is to take chaturanga from your knees. So when I say exhale chaturanga from high plank, you will drop your knees, bring your heels towards your glutes, bend your elbows to 90 degrees, keep them close to your rib cage. Inhale upward facing dog, flip your feet, shine your heart through your chest, keep your chin parallel to the ground. Note the 4 points of connection with the ground. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips back. Your final option for chaturanga is to take chaturanga from your toes. So when I say exhale chaturanga, you will be in high plank. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Keep your elbows close to your chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. I flip my feet. Shine my heart forward. Engage my core and my quads to protect my low back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push your hips back and up. All right? So those are our 3 options when I cue chaturanga. All 3 of those options really do build strength. So throughout your practice, it is absolutely fine to switch between the options, whichever feels best in your body. Okay? All right. Let's get started in child's. Breathe. Bring your knees out wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Send your palms face down towards the front of the room. Breathe. You've made it to your mat. Nothing to fix. Nothing to change. This next hour is for you. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about contentment and what that means. Over the course of my yoga practice, what it means to be content has changed quite a bit. And so as we move through this practice today, we'll talk a little bit about what contentment can mean and how it can both work in your practice and in your life. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. Continue that breath. Gently constrict the back of your throat, like you're fogging up a mirror. This will make an ocean sound. This is known as the Ujjayi breath. We use this breath in yoga to center ourselves in the present moment. To be mindful of our body and our practice. And to still the mind. Exhale. Inhale, tabletop. Breathe. Ground down your hands firmly into the mat. Stack your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists. Create a long line of energy from the crown of your head to your hips. Bring some gentle core engagement to flatten out your back. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Breathe. Shine your collarbone forward towards the mirrors. Hammock your belly towards your mat. Send your hips, your tailbone up and back. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Breathe. Push your hands down into the mat so much so that your shoulder blades spread apart. Arch your back towards the ceiling. Send your gaze gently between your legs. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Press through the L shape of your hands to create a long line of energy from your hands to your hip bone, or to the bottom of your hips. Invite a gentle bend into your legs to bring your heart a little bit closer to your quads. This should allow you to send your hips up a little bit higher to create more quad stretch, hamstring stretch. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, for ragdoll at the top of your mat. Breathe. Send your feet out wide, hip width or mat width distance apart. I like Brad's option of grabbing his elbows. You can swing side to side. Just release any tension or any stress you're carrying from the rest of the day and let it roll off your back. These next 50 minutes are yours. Nothing to fix, Nothing to change. Inhale. Exhale your hands to your mat. Bring your feet closer together where you like to practice. Inhale, rise. Samasthiti, standing at attention. Breathe. You can close your eyes. Relax your eyes into their sockets. And take this moment to set an intention for your practice today. If you don't have an intention of your own, you can take mine, which is to be content in the present moment. Inhale. Exhale your hands to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose. Breathe. Ground down through the four corners of your feet. Create a gentle glute and quad engagement. Send your hands towards the sky, but release your shoulders from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe. Place your hands on your shins or your thighs. Just avoid your knee joints for safety. Send the crown of your head towards the mirror. Bring your shoulder blades together to create a flat back. Create a long line of energy from the crown of your head to the bottom of your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale to high plank. Breathe. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Tuck your tummy in towards your spine. Bring your hips in line with your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down to your mat. Inhale, low cobra, bhujangasana, breathe. Mash the shoelace sides of your feet into your mat, so much so that your shins and knees lift. You can spider tip or float your hands. Keep your gaze down towards the ground to take the crinkle out of your neck. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll flow that 2 times. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale to stay. Exhale, lower slowly down to your mat. Inhale, low cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to high plank. Inhale to stay. Exhale, slowly lower down to the mat. Inhale, upward face, or inhale, low cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Inhale to high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. We move on. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Now, or inhale, chair pose. Breathe. Send your weight to your heels. Push your tailbone to the back of your mat. Engage your thighs, so much so that you get a little bit of core engagement that takes the sway out of your back. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember your options. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe. Frame your right foot with your hands. You can keep your hands on the ground, spider tip your hands, or float them. You may also use blocks to bring the ground a little bit closer to you. Keep all 10 toes facing the front. Push your heel back over the ball of your foot to create a strong line from the ground up. Keep your front knee bent at 90 degrees. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe. Create a 90-degree bend with your front knee. Ground down through the knife edge of your left leg, your left foot. Equally push through your right and left hand. Square your hips and your chest with the side wall. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe. Press your right arm into your right leg. Use this to spread your chest open towards the side wall. Keep your warrior two legs stable. You can place your hand on a block if that is helpful. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe. If your right knee has come up, send it back to create a 90-degree angle. You can send your left arm to your left leg, or you can wrap it around for a bind. Regardless of which option you choose, keep your chest squared to the side wall. Emphasize lifting up first with your right hand before sending it back. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe. Again, you can spider tip or float your hands. Energetically squeeze your thighs together to create stability. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe. Create a 90-degree bend in your front knee. Equally send energy through both hands. Square your chest and your hips to the side wall. Contentment is absent when we compare ourselves. Can we let go of comparison to others, to how this practice looked yesterday or the day before, and just meet ourselves where we are today? Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe. Energetically press your left arm into your left thigh. Send your right arm high. If you're feeling any crunching in your side body, lift your right arm 1 more inch. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe. Remember the bend in your front leg. Send your left arm up first, then back like you're high-fiving the back wall. You can send your gaze towards your bottom right foot or up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we'll flow that twice, but before we do, let's let some heat out. Inhale. Exhale, release. All right, we flow. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember your options. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, gently lower your knees to your mat. Swing your legs out in front of you. Prepare for Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. So bring your big toes to touch, or bring the soles of your feet to touch. Gently lay your back down on your mat. Bring your hands behind your head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. Exhale, crunch. Continue going at your own pace. I like Brad's option of lifting his legs as he crunches. When you crunch, focus more about sending your chest up rather than forward. Imagine holding a tennis ball underneath your chin. If you see your elbows as you crunch, gently send them back down. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Great job, everybody. All right. Next up is yogi bicycles. So reverse tabletop your feet. Again, keep your hands behind your head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, send your right elbow to your left knee. Inhale to release. Exhale, crunch. Send your left elbow to your right knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Continue on at your own pace. I like Brad's option of alternating the stretching out your legs with the opposite of the one you're crunching to. Focus more on twisting your spine and the crunch rather than bringing your knee to your elbow. Three more. Two more. One more. Great job. You can bring your heels to the mat. Bring them close to your glutes. Place your hands to your sides, palms down. Exhale to prepare. Inhale, bridge pose. Breathe. Ground your feet into your mat. Send your knees towards the front mirror. I like Brad's option of finding a gentle bind below his back. Inhale, lift one more inch. Exhale, slowly lower down to your mat. Great job, everybody. Let's find ourselves in Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Send your back to the mat. Place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly, and just breathe. I want to share a quote to you from Jiddu Krishnamurti. They say, contentment is never the outcome of fulfillment, of achievement, or of the possession of things. It is not born of action or inaction. It comes with the fullness of what is, not in the alteration of it. I encourage you to accept how you showed up on your mat today. Not to judge this practice by how well you did a pose or how in shape you feel like you are or not. Let that go. Show yourself grace. Be present in this moment. Earlier we engaged our Ujjayi breath. Continue to lean into your Ujjayi breath to ground you in the present moment and to allow yourself to just accept these postures and accept this practice as it is today. Whenever you're ready, bring your knees and your shins together. Close them like a book. Or inhale, rock side to side, rock backwards and forwards. and meet me at the top of your mat. All right. Well, today in this practice, our spotlight posture is crow. And I'll give you a quick demo of crow, and then I'll let you play for a little bit. So for crow, I like to start essentially from a forward fold. I place my hands on the ground about shoulder width distance apart. I bring my feet as close to my elbows as I can. I come up onto the balls of my feet, you can send your knees into your triceps or on the outside of your triceps. If you send them on the outside of your triceps, you're going to need to push your knees into your outer triceps, okay? Or if you're going to put them into the backs of your triceps, then you need to ground your knees into your triceps, okay? So now this right here with your knees in position, this is crow. You can lift one foot, you can lift the other foot, or if you'd like, send your gaze around 6 to 12 inches in front of you. Lean forward, engage your core, and fly your crow. All right. You can use the blocks as either a perch to bring your knees closer to your triceps or your armpits, or you can use the blocks to bring the ground a little bit closer so you have less of a fear of falling if you decide to fly your crow. Okay? All right, I'm going to let you play for a couple minutes, and then we will get back to our flow. Awesome job, everybody. Was this anyone's first time getting into crow? Was this anyone's first time flying their crow? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for trying crow. It's something that I really enjoy. At first I hated it, and through the course of my practice, I've really enjoyed seeing myself grow by continuing to try to learn and to challenge myself. So I appreciate all the hard work y'all done, and we'll get back to our flow. So we'll meet in downward facing dog. And before we continue, we'll reunite our breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale, seal your lips. Exhale out your nose. Reuniting our Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe. Create a 90-degree bend with your front knee. You may need to invite a gentle bend into your back leg to create mountain pose in your upper body. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Inhale. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, revolve crescent lunge. Breathe. Push your left elbow into your right knee. Use this leverage to shine your right shoulder to the back, to the wall behind you. If your left hip has dropped, bring it back up. This will help with balance. If you would like an additional balance challenge, you can send your gaze over your right elbow. Or if you'd like to focus more on the twist, you can drop to your knee. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Breathe. Bring your foot to the top right corner of your mat. You can stay up on your hands, or you can release down to your forearms. You can use blocks if you'd like. You can use blocks to rest your head or to rest your forearms. Benjamin Franklin said that contentment makes poor men rich. Discontent makes rich men poor. I really like this idea that contentment is not bound by the external things. It is completely determined by the internal. If you release down to your forearms, exhale, bring your palms underneath you. Inhale to high plank. Exhale your left hand to the middle of your mat. Inhale, side plank. Breathe. You can stack or scissor your feet. Rainbow your hips towards the sky. Send your right arm up 1 more inch. Inhale. Exhale to high plank. Inhale to stay. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe. Again, pull your thighs in towards each other to create stability. Create a 90-degree bend in your front leg. Push through your right heel to create an engagement in your back leg. Inhale. Exhale, your hands to heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, revolve crescent lunge. Breathe. Bring your right elbow into your right knee. Use that point of contact to spread your chest open towards the side wall. If your right hip is dropped, bring it back up. And if you'd like to focus more on the twist, you can drop to your right knee. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Breathe. Bring your left foot to the upper left corner of your mat. Again, you can place your hands on blocks. You can place your forearms on blocks. Or, if you like, you can surrender all the way down to your forearms. Take the engagement out of your neck and your shoulders. Just release into this pose. What would happen if we let go of our judgment of the past, our anxiety of the future, and our desire to control the present? So much of our time we spend trying to look at what we did wrong, how can we fix it, how can we do better? And improvement, self-improvement is not a bad thing, but a lot of times that takes us out of enjoying the present and accepting things for what they are. So once you try to improve something, can you let go of the outcome and accept what comes? If you've surrendered down to your forearms, exhale your hands back to your mat. Inhale to high plank. Exhale your right hand to the center of your mat. Inhale, side plank. Breathe. Again, I like Brad's option of scissoring his feet, but you can also stack them if you'd like. Rainbow your hips towards the sky. You can drop your right knee towards the ground if you'd like some additional support. Inhale. Exhale to high plank. Inhale to stay. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we'll pick up our flow, make some changes. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Listen for the change. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, hinge forward for triangle. Breathe. Energetically press your right arm into your right leg. Use this to leverage your chest open towards the side wall. Curl your thighs outward to bring your glutes closer into your middle. If you have any crunching in your side body, lift 1 inch higher. Exhale. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Breathe. Send your toes out to 10 and 2. Press your hands to heart center, engaging your biceps. curl your tailbone in slightly to take the sway out of your back and to create a flat back. Exhale, lower 1 more inch. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, remember, listen for the change. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle. Breathe. Press your left arm into your left leg. If you feel any crunching in your side body, lift your arm, your right arm 1 more inch. Avoid locking out your knee joints by creating a micro bend in your front knee. Exhale. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Breathe. Send your weight towards the balls of your feet. You can place your hands anywhere on your mat. Gently release your neck and your head towards your mat. If you want, you can walk your hands to one leg and then the other, or you can walk your hands behind you. But focus on sending more of your weight to the balls of your feet rather than your heels. This creates more hamstring and engagement. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your hands to your hips. Inhale, slowly rise to star pose. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember your options. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a little bit more and then we'll start to cool it down. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle on the right. Breathe. Send your left leg over, your left arm under. If the bind does not serve you, you can take Brad's option of taking a bear hug. This is a chair pose, so bend your knees, send your hips back. Focus on keeping a straight back. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle on the left. Breathe. Send your right leg over, your right arm under. Remember your options with your binds. Find your point of focus, your drishti, to allow yourself to find your balance. Balancing postures are a mental and a physical challenge. Can you find the contentment in imbalance? If you fall out, can you accept it with grace and get back into it? Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, dancer on the right. Breathe. Ground down through your right foot. Capture the inside of your left foot with your left hand. Bring your knees to touch. This is dancer. If you would like to express your dancer, you can hinge forward. If you do that, make sure that you keep your shoulders and hips squared to the front of the room. Send your gaze up as you hinge forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release. Shake that out, one more side. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, dancer on the left. Breathe. Send your left hand towards the sky. Bring your right hand to capture the inside of your right foot. Ground down through your left foot. Keep a slight bend in your knee. This is dancer. And if you express your dancer, gently hinge forward. Keep your shoulders and hips squared to the front of the room. There's a quote that says, we are the thieves of our own happiness. A lot of times we do this through comparison to others. Can you let go of comparison on and off your mat? Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, samastiti, standing at attention. Inhale, tree, or exhale, tree on the right. Breathe. Bring your left foot to your left ankle or calf or your thigh. Avoid your knee joint for safety. Wherever you put your foot, push back with your leg as much as your foot pushes into your leg, creating opposite but equal force for stability and grounding. Send your knee towards the back wall, but keep your hips squared to the front of the room. You may grow your branches if you'd like, or for an additional balance challenge, you can close your eyes. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, mountain pose, or inhale, samastiti, standing at attention. Exhale, tree on the left. Breathe, ground down through your left foot. Bring your right foot to your calf or your ankle, or bring it to your thigh. Again, avoid your knee joint for safety. energetically push your leg into your foot and your foot into your leg. Create some core engagement to stabilize your spine. Again, you can grow your branches. From day to day and week to week, our trees can look really different. And sometimes we can look back at how our tree has changed or how our tree is today, and we can invite comparison. Can you accept where your practice is today? Be content where it is and find the joy in your practice today. Inhale, exhale, release. All right, we'll get down onto the ground. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, your last one. Remember your options. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, half pigeon on your right. Breathe. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. To square your hips, look over your right shoulder. Ensure that your left leg is straight behind you. And if you'd like, you can surrender with, this is another great option for blocks if you'd like, to rest your head or to rest your arms on, your forearms on. Right now, I'm in a season of my life with a lot of professional change and uncertainty. Work has been very intense. In the past, I would have let the stress me out, really, and kind of burn me up. However, I noticed over the last few weeks, I've really found peace. You know, things that would have bugged me in the past don't. Things that would have made me lash out or talk back or just kind of would have burned, kind of just sent me over the edge, they just don't anymore. If you've surrendered down to your forearms, bring yourselves back up to your palms. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, half pigeon on your left. Breathe. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. You can gaze over your left shoulder to straighten your right leg and square your hips. And then if you'd like, you can surrender down to your forearms. Use your blocks how you'd like. Just breathe into your hips. So with all this stress at work and me finding this newfound peace, what I've really come to find out and come to learn is that yoga has taught me that there are just things that are beyond my control. That there are things that I cannot change. You know, my hips will always be tight in runner's lunge. They will always be tight in pigeon. But can I sit in the discomfort, breathe into it, and accept it as it is today? You know, I've found that the Ujjayi breath that I utilize in my practice, I use it now at work. When something challenging occurs, I go for a walk. And yoga has really taught me that ability to let go, to come to my practice or my work with good intention and to work hard, but then to let go of the outcome and to be content with how things just show up. So it's my hope that as you come to practice and as you move on with your life and your day, that you can find some contentment and let things be as they are. If you've surrendered down to your forearms, exhale back your hands back to your mat. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, lower your knees to your mat. Bring your legs out in front of you. Inhale, lift your arms above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe. The focus here is not where your hands reach. It's more about bending from your hip crease. So focus more on, with every inhale, lifting, and every exhale, bending a little bit farther forward. Inhale, shine your chest a little bit farther forward. Then exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, slowly lower your back to the mat. Inhale your right knee to your right side body. Exhale it across your body for supine twist. Breathe. Send your right knee over to the left side of the room. Keep your shoulders glued to the mat. You can keep your gaze up at the wall or up at the ceiling, or you can send it over your right shoulder for an additional twist. Focus more on length over the twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, send your right leg long. Inhale your left knee to your left side body. Exhale, send your left knee over to the right for supine twist. Breathe. Remember to keep your shoulders glued to your mat. If they've come up, send them back down. You can look over your left shoulder for an additional twist. Gently push through your right heel to create more length in your spine. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Bring your knees in. Wrap your hands around your shins. Exhale, happy baby. Breathe. Bring your hands to your feet, to your ankles, to your calves, or to your thighs. Just avoid your knees. You can rock side to side. Keep your lower back on the mat. Exhale. Inhale, your knees back to center. Wrap your hands around your shins. Give yourself one last big hug for all the work you've done today. Inhale. Exhale to Shavasana. Breathe. Send your legs out wide. Let your hands rest at your sides, palms up for receiving or down for grounding. I'll take you out in just a few moments. If you found something nice, you can stay as you are. If you're ready to move on with your day, begin to slowly invite sensation back into your hands. into your feet. Continue to increase that sensation if you'd like. You can extend that sensation into your neck, maybe bringing your chin to one shoulder and then the other. Whenever you're ready, bring your hands overhead, send your feet right below you. Create the biggest stretch of your day like you're about to jump off a diving board. Inhale. Exhale onto your right side for supported fetal position. Place your head on your bicep like a pillow. Place your hand in front of your heart. On the ground, bring your knees in tight. Take this moment to acknowledge the strength and stability that comes from the ground in your mat. Take a moment to bask in the support of the yogis around you. But most importantly, take this moment to accept the support from yourself for carving out this time to being present. When you're ready, inhale yourself up to a seated position. Eyes remain heavy. Bring your hands to heart center. Our lives can sometimes feel like a maelstrom, constantly swirling, constantly changing. Challenges every day. Can you find contentment in the everyday maelstrom? Can you create the eye of the storm where you're whole, healthy, and free? When you're ready, inhale your hands to third eye center, the soft space between our eyes. The light, the student, the teacher in me is eternally grateful and loves the light, the student, and teacher in each and every one of you. I bow to you all and say, Namaste.